Impact segment tonight, let's bring in our Barack and a Hard Place duo, Monica Crowley and Alan Colmes. But tonight we'll skip the president and ask them to analyze Governor Palin's first appearance as a Fox News analyst. So Colmes, what say you?
I just wonder how long she'll keep this job.
You think she's going to quit this job?
Well, you never know. Well, she might run for president. You don't know what she's going to do.
Well, I mean, that's a few years away, though.
I thought you did a good interview. I'm glad you had those clips of 60 Minutes. Good to see her respond to those things.
Right.
I understand. I get why she is popular. She connects with people.
Right.
She viscerally connects with people. Doesn't matter what she says. Doesn't matter that she has different positions now as a populist in many cases than she did as a governor when she had a lobbying firm and got $27 million in government largesse for Alaska. She has a very different point of view now, it seems, than when she was governor. But some of the things she said here tonight, I didn't agree with.
Of course, you're a liberal and she's a conservative, but I'm not so interested in that. With all due respect, I'm not so interested in the ideology of your liberalism and her conservatism. Yeah. What I am interested in, and what I told her, perhaps too bluntly, is that there are questions about her intellect. And that's what the 60 Minutes thing was all about. And that's what, the ridiculous personal attacks by the crazy left-wing people who are failing at CNN and MSNBC are all about. I don't have that many questions about her intellect. I mean, I don't. Well, I think that when I interview Sarah Palin, it's the same as me interviewing Chuck Schumer or any of these other people.
Well, you don't need intellect to be a pundit on television. We all know that.
No, but
clearly.
Way to go, Monica.
It's obviously true. I set myself up for that one.
Clearly.
Touche.
All right.
But do you have questions, Colmes, about her intellect?
Well, not based on so much her appearance on your show or what I've seen in interviews, but it's the stuff that people say about her.
But
I mean, for example, in the book, there's Steve Schmidt, Nicole Wallace, all the people in the McCain campaign, all of whom seem to have the same point of view. They're all wrong.
Okay, and I'm going to get to you in a moment.
They're all wrong, and everybody else is right.
I read the book, and I'm going, okay, if she did that well against Biden, which she did, okay, what is it, magic? What, did she just take a smart pill in the morning?
You want to believe everything in that book about the Clintons and about Harry Reid?
I don't want to believe anything in a book about anything. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm skeptical about everything.
We, in general, we as a country, we have a point of view. We either see it through the prism of those who agree with us or we don't. And that confirms our already held beliefs in many cases.
I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
There's a bigger thing going on here with regard to Governor Palin. She represents, I think, an existential threat to liberalism.
What does that mean?
That means that she is a pro-life, pro-gun woman. And she actually leads her life according to those values. She hunts. She has 5 children, including a special needs child. She walks the walk. She is also a true conservative. And what's going on here, and the question you raised about her intellect, is that when a conservative is that threatening, the other side must destroy her. The way they tried to take down George W. Bush and paint him as a nitwit, the way they tried to make Ronald Reagan into an incompetent boob. The left does this constantly to anybody who has political and cultural power, as she does.
Now, do you have any questions about her intellect?
No.
Do you believe that she didn't know the difference between North and South Korea?
No, that is so absurd. I was laughing out loud.
Why would a guy from New York Magazine, and it teamed up with a guy from Time Magazine, write that?
Because they're liberals, Bill.
Oh, come on. I don't know. Hold on.
Come on.
You don't believe that Sarah Palin didn't know the difference between North and South Korea?
I would find that very hard to believe. But
they wrote it.
But what seems to be true is the McCain campaign didn't do a very good job of vetting this. And McCain, when asked about this just yesterday, and says, well, I don't know.
It doesn't matter whether they did a good job.
They don't know what she knew or didn't know.
But it doesn't matter because Schmidt, who's the smartest guy on the team, said if she wasn't on the ticket, they would have lost worse.
Possibly.
Right. Okay, so they made a good choice.
But that doesn't mean she knew everything that she should have known. She didn't know about World War I, World War II,
Maybe she didn't know about World War I, but the guy writes she didn't know the difference between North Korea and South Korea.
All right.
And all 3 of us agree that's absurd.
Well, but it's possible. I mean, given the fact that she's not a real policy person, it's very possible that she didn't know some of that stuff. So all of a sudden, Steve Schmidt's a liar. The guy who ran the McCain
Schmidt
campaign
didn't say
and
that.
all the people around.
Schmidt didn't say
he
that.
Didn't deny
the author
He was
said
on the show too, and he didn't deny it.
Alan is making my point that the left figures her as such a threat that they have to try to paint her into an airhead, a nincompoop, just as they did with Bush and they tried to do with Reagan. Look, what she did on your show, what she did on the campaign, and by the way, newsflash, Colmes, the campaign is over, is
why are we talking about it?
Demonstrate something very rare in American politics and is very valuable, Bill, which is an emotional connection with the American people. When she sat here tonight, she was talking to you, but she was actually talking over the heads of of the media to the American people.
Absolutely, and
Reagan
that's her
did
talent.
It, Nixon did it.
I gotta
It
go.
is very valuable. She does it extraordinarily well, and that's why they're threatened.
All right.